Hi, and welcome to Underground. My name is Mike.
Adrian, happy Friday.
Yep, happy Friday. We have some special guests tonight. We got the band Coloso.
Got Kathrine and Shanti from the School of Beauty, and we have Bentley from Pacific Bullion.
So thank you for joining us, and Bobby.
Oh, and Mr. G.
And we got Mr. G.
Mr. G, sorry.
He's on here every other week.
And Ovi.
Oh, and Ovi, Northwest Battle Buddies. So thank you. Go ahead, guys.
We should really rehearse this sometime.
Time to love. Maybe we'll find love gonna last forever. Take the time to dream. Maybe we'll find love right there together. Take the time to love, take the time to dream, take the time to hold one another, and love gonna find its own way. Take the time to love, take the time to dream, take the time to hug one another, and love gonna find its way. Thank you, everybody. Good evening.
Always appreciate you coming on, Bobby.
Oh, thank you, brother.
Yeah,
It's great to see you.
Glad to be here.
Yeah, I'm glad to have you on, Mr. G.
I always look forward to your visits.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
You know,
Man, thanks.
one of these days, I think we might want to write down. I mean, we got all these little pads of paper. I think we'll write down who our guests are, so we don't have to sit up there and stutter like a bunch of jackasses. What's your name again, man? Yeah, we're having that guy up.
We're having him, yeah, him. His name's him.
Or we could just pick a name out of the hat.
Yeah.
Give him a name.
That's fine. Just throw Mike out.
Like George Zimmerman.
Yeah.
Right, never forget George, will we?
Yeah.
Not on this show.
Yeah, you ever do that move when you go to a party and some guy comes up, you met him like once 5 years ago, and he remembers your name, and you're like, oh, hey, you know, and you keep calling him dude or bro the rest of the night.
Brother.
Until you hear
brother.
someone else say the guy's name, you're waiting for someone else to come up and say, hey, Jeff, and then, oh, yeah, that's his name, Jeff.
Hey, Jeff, yeah.
Yeah.
That happened to me. The guy's name was Jeff. I never found out though until after the fact.
Seems like 2 weeks is too long to have you on the show.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that.
I don't think so. I like having him on the show.
Well, I was saying we need to shorten it up.
Oh.
Like
Oh,
every
so
7
have it
days.
more often.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure.
Yeah, 2 weeks almost seems like a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, I miss him.
Well, it goes by fast, but I love being here, man. So thanks.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's always a blast.
Yeah, thank you, Michael.
Sure. Anytime, man. Thank you.
Yeah, so what's new? We're in the
What's new?
the studio.
Sounding out a lot of music. You know, a lot of my students have songs they really want to learn, and so they bring them in, and then we talk about arranging it for one instrument. What they're hearing is an ensemble, and they want to arrange. So that's kind of what I've been doing the last couple of weeks. It seems a lot of. It's fun. It's really fun. I get to learn new songs. You know,
Right
I
on.
get to learn songs from bands I'd never heard of.
I heard a couple of them this week
Yeah.
when I popped in a couple of times.
Oh yeah, I got a couple more actually. I'll show you.
Right on.
Yes, sir.
Now you and Bobby jam quite a bit together, right?
Well, not as much as we used to.
No.
Here's where we've been jamming lately. It's pretty rare if we meet in between.
We
But,
just played so long with each other that whenever we play together, it's like we play every day.
yeah,
you know, it's
and
just-
this is the jam. This is where
It
we
is.
kind of experiment a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, but for a while, I guess every Sunday, every other Sunday, we were recording, and that was fun. It's just
Yeah.
been months, and then when he pops down to my studio, or occasionally, our wives are friends, and so we'll have, jams. We had one a couple weeks ago, but that was the first one in months. But yeah,
Yeah, it was. But it was
Yeah.
fun. I really enjoyed
It's
that
always
one.
fun.
Yeah, it is.
then me and you jam once a week.
Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah. Keep my chops up that way.
Is that fun?
Yeah, it's fun.
Is he
You feel like
getting?
you're missing out?
Is he getting pretty good?
He's been pretty good.
All right on.
He's getting more confident as he moves away from G, C, and D, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are my go-to chords.
You go through them really well, man.
I don't know why it just dawned on me. April Fool's Week, it would have been great to have us playing the guitar and singing, and then have them two host, and just see
Oh.
how it goes.
It's not too late. You got to try.
Want to trade?
I heard you sing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every time I stub my toe.
No, karaoke the other night.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What song did I sing? I don't remember.
Well, we couldn't make out what it was.
No one else could.
Yeah.
The
I thought
only,
somebody was crying.
really?
Someone probably
Yeah.
was.
So,
How does that old saying go? It sounds like someone's beating a dog with a cat.
yeah.
Or bruising somebody's foot,
Yeah, we were karaokeing, or not we, but some phenomenal singers. And all of a sudden, Luke and Adrian got up there and sang with one of Luke's ex-girlfriends. And I couldn't hear her, but I could hear Luke and Adrian. Man, it just sounded like two dead dogs dying up there. And I was just like, oh my gosh. But it was entertaining. Everybody was watching them.
What was it? I'm Going Hungry by Temple of a Dog.
I could not figure out what the song was.
That's usually our go-to drunk song.
Go-to
Going Hungry by Temple of a Dog.
I don't know. No, I started laughing. He says, I don't know what it was, man. It was something else from another world.
Yeah, me too. Though ironically enough, I am going hungry. I have not been this hungry since dinner, and it's killing me.
Right on. Was that a
I
half
had a
hour
meal-
ago?
A little meal
Yeah.
pouch I could have given you.
What's
I had a
that?
little meal pouch I could have gave you.
Oh, I got my beer, so
Oh, that's right.
I'm fortified for the night. I
Right,
guess.
right.
Some carbs.
Got some good new American nutrition there.
That's right.
Nice haircut, Bobby.
Oh, thank you, buddy.
It's looking good.
Nice haircut for you, too.
Oh, thanks. I just combed it.
Did you?
Yeah.
I noticed.
Speaking of haircuts, we got Kathrine and
Shanti.
Shanti. Yeah, we'd like to bring them up.
This is, I think, our first time we've had Shanti without giving us something interesting to eat.
Thank
Yeah.
goodness.
Shanti, where are you going? Oh,
She went to the shortcut way.
she's got this shirt, man. I just want to pet.
Yeah, me too.
Great. It's going to be
Yeah.
a good show.
Take it off and hand it over.
Yeah.
Hi.
Oh,
Hi.
Do it.
hello.
Hello.
I'm not gonna
Hi,
stand
nice to
up,
see you.
but I'll shake your
It's
hand.
okay. You don't need to. See you.
It's not because I'm lazy. I just don't want to rip all my cables out. Sometimes they get caught on the armrest and pull out.
Yeah. So now the fashion show is going to be in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Actually, it's April 25. So which is we're start promoting now because it's kind of like
What answer?
3 weeks from now.
Just one sec.
Go
Sorry
ahead.
to interrupt you,
No, it's okay.
but callers.
Hey,
Unless
yeah,
they're drunk,
callers
they
take
come first.
priority. Hey, caller, you're live on the air. This is the Underground. What's your name? It was Black by Pearl Jam. That was that's a good song.
I thought it's a small world.
Well, it's normally a good song. It probably wasn't so hot that night, but
Yeah, the 25. It is 25.
a little, just a little. We were a tad over the limit.
More old-fashioned.
Not much.
Well, thank you, Luke.
All right. Hey, have a good night.
Sorry about
No,
that.
it's okay.
Huh. It sounds like there's a delay, but nonetheless, hey, I'm glad you're watching.
There's a delay, but yeah, sorry to interrupt. I'll let you go by.
All right.
No, that's
Have a
fine,
good one.
Luke. Thanks. So let's get back to the fashion show.
Yes, yes.
So a week and a half, or no, 2
No,
weeks.
Yeah. So
We're on the 3rd.
almost like
A
more
little
than 2.5
under
weeks. Yes. So it's gonna be in 9 West. The location is
6
gonna
West.
be 6 West. Thank you.
Sorry for correcting.
And so in behalf of Mrs. Banks, I'm just gonna represent the school. So we're trying to prepare everyone, and mostly the student that they're gathering all their models, and it's gonna be a big fashion show for sure. And we have other company who's gonna help us to advertise, put their advertisement in our brochure, like the handout with everyone, so they know what's going on. And we're very excited because Mrs. Beng is gonna do also a raffle ticket, a raffle for all the people who's gonna come in buy the ticket for us. It's a $5 per ticket to go in to watch the show, and then every 30 minutes we're gonna do a prize for free haircut, free facial, free scalp treatment, and other stuff too. So, and we will celebrate also Mrs. Beng's 50 years anniversary. So we're looking forward for that. So
And Elvis is going to be there.
Elvis is gonna be there, and Quinceañera Santiago and Alex, we're partnering with them, so they're gonna help us to provide and help us to do the runaway and working with the girls. So every Tuesday we're gonna do a 2 hours rehearsal with all the students. So it's gonna be exciting. So I'm looking forward to. You know, it's not easy, but if I can do this last year, I can do it again this time. So
And Alex is going to MC that.
Alex
event.
and me myself.
Okay.
So I'll be the MC, and Susan's gonna take over and working with the floor, and then gather all the girls and the model, and then so the show is gonna be something more organized, and we have you guys gonna help us, and
Yes, we
you know
are.
we're looking forward for you guys to help us with to support
Yes.
us over there. So thank you so much for having us here.
Now, is
today.
that's on Broadway, right?
Yes,
So it's going to be 6th and Broadway.
yes, uh-huh.
Okay.
So we're excited. It's just like 2 blocks from here, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And it's going to be at what time?
It's gonna be from 3 to 7.
3 to 7.
Yeah, but the show, the passion show will start most like at least like from 4. So what happened? We have some entertainment, like it's gonna be singer, dancer, and of course Elvis, and then a group of dancer which is from Alex and Santiago. And also I just wanna thank them also that thank you Santiago, Alex, for helping us to support us, and partnering with you guys is amazing. So we're looking forward to you guys help us for this show.
And what is the best way for the viewers to contact you to be able to be involved with this?
You know what?
Call directly to school.
Yeah, they can call Vancouver School of Beauty, which is, I don't memorize the school. I don't memorize the telephone number, but they can.
Hey, since I
They
got
can
the
call
phone
my-
memorized
I
here,
thought-
how about you guys call us,
I
and
thought
then
call
I'll
my
give it,
here.
since we're in the basement. Hold on, I got this. Call us at 360-693-7544, and we will direct you to the beauty school.
Yes, and then if you guys want to get tickets a heads up, we might we will release everything is gonna we start selling the ticket on Tuesday, which is next week. So we're just gonna start hand out and give it away to all our students, and then of course if you guys can help us, and then that is available here in the Vancouver School of Beauty. So this is for dedicated for the student, for their benefits, that they can experience how to be there and doing the show in front of the stage. And of course you can ask Shanti because she have experience last year. So
Okay, and Shanti.
Last year was my first time ever, and Miss Kathrine guided me through the whole entire thing. I was nerve-wracking, but did a Chinese traditional hairstyle, because they would try different culture. They have the Mexican culture, and I bring out the Chinese and the Asian culture. And my daughter was one of my model. It was really exciting.
She was so cute.
Thank you. She was so happy to be on the show. She asked this year, but it was Kathrine. She helped me through all that, and I made it through the show, and I'm excited for this year.
oh,
Shanti
so
is
nice.
an amazing
I don't say
person.
anything to her.
I come in here every day and I'll see Shanti, and she's got one hairstyle, and I'll be up there 20 minutes later and I'm like, Shanti? She's got a whole nother style going on. And I'll come back up 30 minutes later and she's got another style. I mean, completely different. One
Yes.
minute she has long hair, short hair. Yeah,
It's part of being
You're pretty amazing.
hairstylist, because there's nobody walking in to get you practice on. You practically practice on yourselves.
yeah.
I think that's the beauty about this type of career. Working in a beauty school is I want all our students to each day to experience and do something what they want and be creative. And they're very artistic, most of them. I mean, doing hair is not easy, of course. You have to learn something from nothing, from basic to technique, everyone, So as one of the teacher, and I'm still learning myself too. I mean, I've learned a lot with Mrs. Banks. Mrs. Banks is one of my mentor, which is my boss, and she always telling me that being a teacher, you have to be patient and you have to be pretty much like a good listener, and just you have to do what you have to do to make the student success. And this is one of my biggest project that I want to pretty much contribute, and Miss Banks helped me, and of course Susan and Miss Mary Soto, which is all the staff, all the Vancouver teacher.
They're putting a lot of energy into this fashion show.
We work as a team.
Yeah.
So it's not like only my own. This is not only my project, but I do a lot of more that according to the way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
And
They kind of come out of the 3 different departments that we have. We have the
Yeah.
makeup department, nail
Right.
department, barber department. They kind of
Yeah.
combine all the
Yeah.
4 departments that we have into the shows.
Yeah.
See who can come up with different idea of the 50 haircut,
Yeah.
the 50
Right.
hair design, or the
Yeah.
50 outfit. So you're gonna see pretty exciting show
Well,
this year.
yeah.
There's
Oh,
some
they're
peop-
amazing. Last year I saw some of that hair. I think it weighed 25 pounds.
yeah,
on that one girl?
like
yeah,
Beauty
it's
is
huge.
one of
Yes.
the
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that this time is gonna be, we're using each department. Like the barbers is gonna perform doing in the stage, like the finishing up the haircut, the men's haircut. They're gonna doing this in the school because we don't have time. And then the nail technician, which is the nail department, they're gonna do
Perform
in the plasma screen. They're gonna do a lot of snapshot, like different design on their nail. And then the Cosmo, which is Connie, is one of the, Connie's gonna do also. She's gonna have a model, so everyone have opportunity to expose in that stage, not only one department. We're trying to cover the whole entire 4 department
Right.
as much as we can. So we don't want any other student like left behind, like how come we're not part of it. So
Right.
we're trying to please everybody and to be everyone. It's like mandatory that all department need to participate.
Cool.
So is
Yeah.
Well,
is
go ahead.
is the money still gonna go towards the?
Yeah, and that Mrs. Banks will show next Friday. She's gonna be here, but I'm sorry that she's not here today. She have she have a meeting that she have to go. So I'm just kind of like I will start promoting this now, and then next Friday you will see her, and then I'll be here again until the April 25th, which is the final fashion shows going. So I invite everyone out there that if you guys want to watch this show, and all the pretty much like goes to Mrs. Ben will donate this to Judge Zimmerman for the veterans that we're trying to help people out there. So the money will kind of goes to the veterans.
The
which is-
Veterans Garden.
Yes.
They're working on it.
So that is what Mrs. Banks wants to do, is to help other people too, not only benefits for the school,
Yeah.
but we want to help other people too at the same time.
well, thank you for coming on the show.
Yes,
We're
thank you
gonna-
so much.
We're
Thanks
going to
for
bring
having
Obi up right now, Northwest Battle Buddies. And if you guys want to just sit right there, and we'll have Obi
Okay.
sit there. And
Where's good?
maybe when we get a chance, you can run upstairs and grab that phone number. So we can plug it.
Hey, Mike.
I'm sorry,
Good to see
Mrs.
you, Obi.
Banks.
Oh, be good to see you, man.
Yeah. So
Hi.
we always have Obi on at least once a month, and we promote his book, Willing to Die. But today we're going to talk about Northwest Battle Buddies. Now, when is that event?
May 2nd, it's a Saturday at Embassy Suites Hotel by the airport. Starts at 6:30 p.m. Before we talk about that, I wanted to say a little bit about the veterans and about our great nation that we live in. I believe it's the most successful nation in the world. And whenever you're successful, somebody paid for that success, right? I mean, you just don't fall into success. Somebody sets you up for success. Also, United States of America is the nation that has the most freedom in the world. We enjoy freedom like never before. And somebody paid for that freedom that we enjoy right now. And the ones that paid were the veterans that you are also helping. That's so awesome. Thank you. What we do is we professionally train service dogs for veterans with PTSD at no cost to the veteran whatsoever. And in doing so, of course, we need money to do so. And we have special events for the veterans. This year is the 4th annual dinner that we have on May 2nd. And it is to honor the veterans and to raise some funds to provide more service dogs for them.
Nice. So what's the best way for people to contact you?
Best way is to call me directly at 503-515-7199. Also, you can go, I remember the number. You can also go.
So I'm not the only one the bad here.
You can also go to our website, www.northwestbattlebuddies.org. Yeah, all the information is there. You can buy tickets online. You can see what the event is about. We're very patriotic, and
How much are the tickets?
tickets are $100 a person. It includes formal sit-down dinner, of course, entertainment, special guest speaker, and live auction, silent auction with awesome items that we have.
Okay.
Any of the dogs going to be there?
Actually, yes, I'm glad you asked. All the veterans teams that were put together so far, 22 of them are going to be there with their service dog.
Wow, exciting.
You'll see them all, get to meet them all, talk to them, find out from them exactly what the dog does for them. Yeah.
That's nice.
And I heard Bobby's going to help you out with the audio.
Actually, yes, that's awesome. Thank you, Bobby.
Oh,
He's
you
going to be
betcha,
the
brother.
man in
Yeah,
charge.
thank you, Bobby, for
Betcha.
doing
He's
that.
going to make me sound good, better than here tonight, I think.
Does he know how much
You
work
betcha,
that's going to
buddy.
be?
He says he knows. We'll see about that.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me on here.
Yeah,
And,
thank you. And we'll have you back on. We're going to have Bentley on here here in a little bit, but we want to have you back on and talk with us with Bentley about the current events that are going on. But can I have that number?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So if anybody wants to contact the School of Beauty for the fashion show and be a part of that, the phone number is 360-694-5601. Or you can go to their website, right?
Yes.
The School of Beauty,
Yes.
Vancouver School of Beauty.
Yes.
So once again, that number is 360-694-5601.
And I just want to also, before we close, I want to thank everyone. I want to thank you, Mr. Mike, Adrian, and Mr. Bobby, Mr. G. You guys always there for the school. And I want to thank all the people who's going to be Mr. Steve, which is the iLocal. I really appreciate for people, and Judge Zimmerman, everyone who's going to help us to make this thing happen. And I'm looking forward, and I'm very excited that this fashion show is going to be one of the big events in downtown Vancouver area. So I definitely invite everyone to give the student a chance to show their arts and talent on the stage. So we want you guys to support the student in our school. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming on. And Bobby and Michael, you want to give us a song?
Oh,
and
well,
then you guys, let's go to a commercial, if we can throw one up. And then we'll bring the band Coloso up.
Right on.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
notice the sign of respect you and I got from Miss Kathrine? It's Mr. Mike and Mr. G and Mr. C, but then it's just Bobby and Adrian.
Oh, no, she said Mr. Bobby.
Did she? I
Yes,
was the
she
only one who
did.
didn't get a Mr.
Well, you got a 3-syllable name.
You're the only one.
Oh, yeah, that is kind of hard. I need a caveman name, like Mr. A.
Hi, and welcome to Brood, your local cafe and pub. Offering you a variety of services, we have beer, coffee, wine, and food. You can find us on Facebook at Brood360 and online at broodcafepub.com.
Hi, and welcome back to Underground. And our special guest tonight is
One of many.
Yeah, one of many. Coloso, the group Coloso. What song are you guys going to sing tonight?
We're singing, the first one is an original called Lucky Guy.
Lucky Guy.
There comes a time when every lonely guy looks into his heart. He goes out with high hopes of finding his brand new shining star. And all he needs is a push in the right way. 'Cause today's his lucky day, but he still needs a push in the right way, in the right direction at the right time, towards the right girl who blows his mind. Everybody stops and stares without a care. They know diamonds aren't as rare, aren't as rare, aren't as rare, aren't as rare. And so he looks at her as she stands there by herself, wondering how he's going to get to be near her somewhere else, so he can pick up his ukulele and sing at the top of his lungs, and sing about how he's been pushed towards love, in the right direction, in the right time, towards the right who blows his mind. Everybody stops and stares without a care. They know diamonds aren't as rare, aren't as rare, aren't as rare, aren't as rare. Lucky guy to find such a gem. Ain't no other girl who is interested in. He's at the right place, no place he'd rather be. He's at the right time. It's like the stars in the night. He's the type of guy who deserves the best. You see, not too many people know that lucky guy is. On the one, in the right direction at the right time, towards the right girl who knows his mind. Everybody stops and stares without a care. They know Diamond Tyler's in the right direction at the right time, towards the right girl who knows his mind. Everybody stops and stares without a care. They know Diamond Tyler's way on as well, on as well, on as well.
Ooh, wow. Almost started singing, but I didn't want to ruin the song.
Thank you for restraining yourself.
Yeah.
So how long you guys been playing together?
Well, my band's been around for about just under 2 years now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm actually me and Will. This is Mr. Will Veal.
Hello.
And
Hey,
we,
Will.
Well, how's it going?
Me and him have been playing together for probably about just a little over a year now. So,
Huh.
yeah.
And
Kevin
there,
writes some really great songs, and I really love playing guitar to him, so it's working out.
so we hear there was a drummer that wasn't able to make it. That's
You
absent.
know, there was a drummer and a bass player, and
Riley Curtis is on drums, and Joshua Sharp
on bass, and they
both rock.
they both unfortunately
Work at the
they-
same place.
they had to work tonight, and so just work conflictions and
Yeah.
anyway, they wanted to be here.
Yeah, both
So
those guys are cool cats, and
Yeah.
man, I'm sorry that they couldn't be on.
Yeah.
Well, maybe if
Next
we
time,
started
right?
paying people, they'd quit their jobs to come here.
Yeah, there you go.
Fantastic.
Hey, by the way, if we can get their graphic up, that'd be nice. But your album, your
Oh,
CD?
yeah, well, right now we currently have an EP CD. It's just an acoustic EP. There's only 4 tracks on it. We are currently working on our full-length album with the full band, and that should hopefully be coming out sometime this year.
Cool. You guys got another song for us?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
What's the name of it?
The next song is called "They Will Never Know."
They Will Never Know.
Yeah, I wrote this song in a bar. I was kind of like the background music dude, and anyway, I was the background music guy, and it was like there was people keep telling me to turn it down, and so I eventually basically started freestyling and wrote my own song, and I called it "They Will Never Know" for all the people who weren't listening.
So let me guess, none of you can hear me once again. So instead, I'll send you a positive vibration. I still see you watching me, watch me. And you see that my voice and my head remain steady. Because we all know they are the ones that will never know. Stifle a dream, only ignite its passion to grow. Let's not blame them, they'll never know the flicker of the lights. Rest assured, we're all still here living the life that they will never know. They will never know. They will never know. No, 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 no. They will never know. They will never know. They will never know. No, 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 no. They will never know. They will never know. They will never know. No, 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 no. They will never know. They will never know. They will never know. No, 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 no. I love your nails, it's so cute. I could puke, aha. And you like most or not of my life too. You see my passion and my work are true. I tell you the truth. I say now can you sing the same song? And I say that's what I call so excuse me while I turn myself back. Oh.
saw Michael over here, man. Just I saw all kinds of stuff going through your mind.
It's all good over here.
Hey, you guys want to come over here for a minute?
Sure.
I saw a lot of the audience tapping their toes too.
Yeah.
Betcha.
I got toes and heels on both going.
Yeah.
Need to put a mic down there just for that instrument.
That was fun. That was great.
That was awesome, guys.
Good to have you guys on.
It's fantastic.
So, now what's the name of the CD again?
Well, it's just our EP. Yeah, and so it's just our small kind of like a demo track, if you will. It's all acoustic. On the CD, you're only gonna find ukulele, djembe, which is a hand percussion drum, and a bass. And there's a few songs that have guitar as well, but it's mostly just acoustic. And that was about, like I said, coming up on 2 years ago when I dropped that EP. And what happened was, since then, I've grown into a full 5-piece band with a full drum kit and a lead guitarist, Mr. Will here.
Yeah,
And,
he recorded that all before my time, so before I joined the band anyway.
Well, you sound just as good. I mean, I heard you guys down there at the farmers market. Phenomenal. I mean, you guys were drawing a crowd. It was pretty amazing.
It was pretty fun.
Now, you guys just got back from Seattle. How was that?
Yeah, it was fantastic. It was so
Yamada-
fun.
The Yamada brothers hooked it up.
So yeah, there's some promoters up in Seattle. So I'm born and raised in Hawaii. I'm from Maui, and anyway, I know a few of the people here in town, and just through constantly playing my music and exposing myself, eventually my name was dropped to the Yamada brothers, who are the promoters up in Seattle. Some of the promoters up in Seattle that promote for island reggae and whatnot, and so they're booking some of the bands that I'd like to open up for, and that's kind of one of our foots in the door. So we actually kind of went up there for more like a tryout, and they loved us and they let us sleep on their couch.
What's
for
their
the
company?
night.
808.
Oh, their company is called the808music.com. So yeah, you can check them out
And
anytime.
don't forget to rep Mike.
And yeah, and of course, we have a bunch of promoters really ultimately that we work with. And as far as Seattle is concerned, there's another Northwest Rooted Radio is the guy who hooked us up with that, and he plays us on his online radio our EP, on the online radio station. So, but yeah, as far as Seattle is concerned, it was fantastic. We had a ton of fun, and basically it was kind of like a mini one-day vacation, but we pay for everything. Wow. So
that's awesome. So is it a Hawaiian heritage just know how to play the ukulele?
Well, growing up, it was really more just like, what's cheaper, an ukulele or a guitar? It's like, okay, well, an ukulele, really, I mean, my dad was convinced, you're never gonna play that thing. I'm like, oh, okay, I mean, just buy me the $100, even the $50 little ukulele. Like, I couldn't have a toy. And really what it is most of my friends played, and eventually they all learned, and even my brother took the Polynesian choir class so he could play all the good picking stuff, and I just looked like nothing next to him. Wow. But so when I moved up here, I just kind of went off with what I already knew.
On a trip a couple of years ago up to Seattle, we went to Pike Place Market, and there was this guy selling cigar box ukuleles. Oh yeah. And I noticed how you pronounce it, by the way, ukulele, as opposed to white man ukulele. Do you ever get annoyed when people pronounce it wrong or?
No. I live in the Northwest now. I'm very. I went to a high school that I grew up, dare I say, in a place where you had to pronounce everything correctly. It was very important. It preserves the culture and respect. Right. And so before maybe yes, but I live in an area now that I understand. I understand that people don't necessarily understand. So when some people don't even understand me when I say ukulele. I have to say ukulele, like, then they get it. They're like, I play the ukulele. Oh, you play that ukulele, like they get it then.
Isn't that cute little guitar thing?
Yeah. Oh, that's a small guitar you got there. Yeah. It's not a guitar.
It's funny how there's a lot, when we go down to the open mics, like, there's so many ukuleles playing down there. Like, it's the last night, we just went down to Dublin and there was 3 down there. And it's just like, there's nobody plays guitar anymore. It's all ukulele all the time.
Well, it has an amazing sound to it.
Yeah,
it does.
Yeah. You play it right.
Well, I have to admit, I like the sound effects you can put on your guitar.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the combination between the two is...
A lot of variety on that.
Yeah, I like dub reggae a lot. It's really, I like the triple effects and whatnot. And I play more than just that,
I don't know why it's dawning on me, but have you ever noticed it seems like there's a big, not necessarily just Hawaiian, but Samoan or Pacific Islander presence in Vancouver, it really seems like I run into a lot of people.
Well, the truth of the matter is, yes, I would definitely say that. But really, anywhere along the West Coast, you're going to find big groups of people from Hawaii.
Yeah.
And really, all it takes is you have to look. So me being from there, when I first moved here, that was all I ever wanted to find was the other Hawaiians here.
Yeah.
Like, where's the rice at? You know what I mean? Like, come on. Come on. Where's the cool pig at? Somebody tell me where the good mac salad's at. I don't know,
is
something.
spam that big of a thing? I mean,
Oh,
is
you
it?
don't even want to know. It's so
Okay.
hard to explain.
So it's true, though?
Yes, it's very true.
Okay.
It's extremely true.
We went down to Bend and played a show down there at the Astro Lounge, and Mike Allion hooked us up with that. Is that how you say his last name?
Yeah.
Anyway, first breakfast this guy made for me, it was spam and rice and eggs.
Spam, rice, and eggs is
Yep,
breakfast.
yep.
Well, that actually sounds like a good mix because you got the
was pretty
super heavy
good.
spam and then the rice soaks up everything.
And you know what's crazy is I kid you not, you can get spam, rice, and eggs at McDonald's in Hawaii in the morning, like before they stop breakfast. I'm not kidding you. A lot of people don't understand that. You can get spam, rice, and eggs at McDonald's. So to give you an idea of how important spam is.
So what would that be called? A mix spam? What would you call it?
I can't.
We're crossing
they
very
also-
dangerous waters with a lot of.
They also
ethnicity
offer
there.
Portuguese sausage too, which is another kind of fad there too. But yeah.
Oh, we got a phone
We got
call.
Kyle.
Let's talk about spam. I know somebody's calling for spam.
Oh, you son of a bitch!
Oh, he's like, I didn't want to say nothing about spam.
He'll probably call back.
Yeah.
It was Luke.
Oh, it was?
Yeah.
So, Will, how'd you get your start?
I've been, what do you mean, start?
Like, as playing the guitar, was it part of your family?
There's actually a picture of me as a baby with that guitar that I was playing earlier.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I've been playing my whole life, basically, really. Just, my dad plays. He's a acoustic picker and likes, old country songs and folk and classical, a lot of finger picking classical. That's actually how I started. Started off playing a lot of finger picking and whatnot. Beatles, moved on to Beatles, and then got into Metallica and started getting into a lot of heavy metal for a long time. I got my shredding out and then I just I've calmed down and I still love metal. I listen to it all the time, but I listen to a broad range.
So when you
And now
say
he's a reggae musician. I turned him.
I love reggae. It's such a mix of everything. They got jazz in there. Like you play a lot of jazz chords, and it's just really funky. I love funk music in general. I play drums as well. I also play in Outer Space Eaters drums, and I'll rep them, and Roughhousin'. I play in guitar for them as well. So
He's in a number of other bands. as
yeah,
well.
I
He's
play-
a renowned musician in Vancouver.
I'm all over.
I'm lucky to have him as a player.
Kevin's
Well, you guys fit
an
well
awesome,
together.
He's an awesome songwriter. He writes some really great songs. So I'm lucky to play in a great band.
hello, you're live on the air. Hello, Luke.
Hey, what's going on? I know there's a huge delay, so I tried calling when the time is right, but then you guys started on a different topic, and I knew I was behind. But I have to vouch for Kevin. Like, he was back 3, maybe longer. He was the only one downtown Vancouver that I heard on the ukulele. He killed it. Like, every time I would look forward, we always walked into Dublin down and saw Kevin up on the ukulele with his band. Like, well, yeah, it's going to be a good night. Oh, sorry. I meant, hell yeah.
Hey, Luke, I'm glad you called actually, because something crossed my mind tonight. Now, was he one of the ones who was playing? You were always trying to get me to go to Hawaiian night when we first met, and I never went. Was that back then? What was the name of that place?
Hula Boy?
It might have been a different. It could have been him. It could have been somebody else. But I think Chicago Blues. There was a Hawaiian band that had 5 people. But I don't know if he was one of them because there was 5. But then they all disappeared for a little bit, and then Kevin came, and then it was just hell yeah, the Hawaiian is that music is background. So the ukulele. I never heard anybody rock a ukulele like that.
See, you were a pioneer. You were doing it before it was cool.
That's what my point
actually
was
what he was
earlier. I
trying
was
to say,
saying that
yeah.
there's last night there's
I
3
used to be
people
the
there
only
now.
one. So I used to be the only one, and now when you go to an open mic in downtown Vancouver, you'll find 4 ukulele.
You can't go to an open mic without seeing one.
Well,
Yeah, that's actually pretty cool that you said that. I wasn't gonna say that, but I mean it's actually definitely
It's true. Yeah, we were. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, Luke and I met at work 12 years ago, and he was always trying to get me to go to Hawaiian night, and I never did. I just said, I said, no, I'm going home. And now I kind of wish I had. Maybe that would have been when we met.
It's still going on. It's still there's still a bunch of different.
Yeah, there's other island nights, and then I network with a lot of the other island reggae musicians in the area. So as the year goes along, we kind of switch nights and take turns and help each other out. That's networking,
Different venues know that that it's you get a lot of people out to island night and dance and whatnot, and make pay for drinks all night. So there's a lot more venues doing it as well. So it's not just one venue anymore.
Yeah. Hey,
thank you for calling, Luke.
Thanks for calling, Luco.
Michael, you got a question?
Oh, I had a comment about the Hawaiian connection here.
Oh, we're gonna hang up with Luke.
Okay, sorry, Luke. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Luke.
That fort right there, 30 to 40% of the employees were Hawaiian.
Employees or slaves?
Employees. They were on 2 and 3 year contracts with the Sandwich Islands, right? The British controlled. So for Fort George, 1809, they were in fact the first non-native village that's right over next to the old fort. About 30 to 40% of that were Hawaiian.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh.
So this Vancouver has been on the Hawaiian radar since the teens, really. Yeah.
Wow.
So what do you think of their music, Michael?
I love it. I kept in my head wanting to play along. This is great.
Yeah, I told him beforehand, I go, you're going to love these guys. And Michael, man, every time there's somebody playing, man, all of a sudden you can hear him in the background just playing his little jig again. I'm like, Michael, okay. Because we got all these mics. We don't have control over the mics yet. I go, just set it down.
Oh, they're beautiful instruments, too.
Absolutely.
Instruments,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But I love your groove. You got it.
I actually have this is actually my backup ukulele, believe it or not. I broke a string in Seattle. And I didn't have time to go get another one and tune it and everything, so that's why I have to. That's
Use
why
it
I
as
have
backup.
to.
Other one.
It's a real woody.
But that's actually, and that I should call it a backup, but that was my first love. This was my first axe.
It literally has blood, sweat, and tears on it.
I like the fact you play enough to have a spare. Like regular men have tires. You can carry a spare ukulele in your backpack.
I can't even tell you how. It's a spare.
Just in case it comes up, you run into a phone booth and come out and blam, I'm ready to go.
Yeah, it's always good to see Bobby over here, man. He's tapping his foot and having a good old time.
His good foot.
Yeah.
His good foot. One of them, anyways.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys are awesome. I am thoroughly enjoying your music.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely uplifting stuff. And well done, too, guys. Well done.
Thank you. That's what we tend to do here. Or tried to do.
Oh, we are.
Yeah.
They're not getting out of here without some more music.
I'd like for them to put your graphic back up. What's the best way for people to get a hold of you guys? Find out or to follow you?
Yeah. Well, you can check out my website. It's colosoband.com. COLOSO band.com. I am Kevin Coloso. It's my band. And you can also check out our Facebook page. We do a lot of promoting on Facebook. You can look up any one of the members in my band. My name is Kevin Coloso. Or you can just look up Collection of Lone Soldiers.
Yeah, we just had it on the graphic just now. It said Collection of Lone
Yeah, we just had it up. Guys, put it back up again, please.
And a special way of spelling soul jazz because we are.
I do want to point out. I noticed we don't have the graphic at the bottom that shows the phone number, and that might explain why we haven't been getting phone calls. So I want to throw out that this is a live call-in talk show, so people might want to grab a pen while they're home. It's 360-693-7544. Please call in. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, I like that graphic. Did you come up with
that's
that?
awesome.
Well, yeah, see, that's, again, with the whole networking thing, I actually met some of the right people. Like, we worked together, and actually, when I held my EP release party, when I released my EP, I networked with some t-shirt graphic designers, basically. And so we kind of co-released a big grand opening event, such that, like, hey, you make my logo, and then I'll promote your event, and we'll promote each other, like, help me out, I'll help you, I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine. And so he made me this logo, and we kind of went with it. And it actually says, it's not
I got a shirt right here. It's got the.
Yeah.
Can we get a close up of that?
Should I
go
up here?
Just sit right there. They'll get a close up.
In the turtle, it actually, you can see it says Coloso in the turtle.
Huh. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, just hold it right there. They'll finally get a close up of it here in a second.
So now that draws up an extra thing that I want to ask is whenever you see those turtle decals in someone's mirror or window or whatever on their car, does that mean they're Hawaiian or Samoan or something?
No, I don't know. You know, a lot of people
That's
like
closer to
the.
We got that. and
like
we-
the.
Kevin actually embroidered
Sea
these
tortoise.
himself, I believe, right? You
Yeah,
embroidered
you
these?
know, like this.
Wow.
You know, it's.
Did you embroider them yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah,
actually,
he
these
worked for an embroidery
these
company and
particular-
did them himself.
That's good.
Again,
It
well,
was
there's
black
really more
here. It should
connections
be
again.
O's in there, but yeah. I love these hats.
Yeah, the turtle thing is kind of more of a stereotype, but you know.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know if it signified something.
No, well,
or just-
not necessarily anything in particular, but you know, like I am trying to keep it into my roots, and
Yeah.
you know, I am the kind of guy who goes diving with the turtles. This is very true. You know. Turtles scare you too. Like if you have your snorkel on, you don't see them. You don't have any peripheral vision now. You don't see them, and a turtle will come right up on you, just like a huge 400-pound turtle, like just right up on you. And you don't even know until you turn your head, and it scares the hell out of you because you don't even realize there's a 400-pound animal like right next, like this close to you. You know, and like
At least it's underwater. you
Yeah,
know?
well, no, but that's the thing because you can't hear it. Like it's just
Yeah.
totally, and I'm a spear fisherman. I dive. I do spearfish, and so I have a cocked and ready loaded spear gun, you know, in my hand. You don't really want to scare me in the water because you know,
You can't
like,
scream.
yeah. And so anyway, big turtle scared me. Long story. I'm not going to go into it. But,
Is that one of those? Is it an actual spear gun, or do you have one of the spears with like the rubber band on it where you? Pull up
you
and-
start off with a 3-prong. They call it a 3-prong. And
Okay.
what it's like is at the end of it's like surgical tubing, which is it's like a big rubber band.
Yeah.
You know, like very heavy duty rubber band. You know, and you put your hand in it and you choke up on the spear, and all you gotta do is let go and it shoots out like a rubber band gun.
Yeah.
Essentially, exactly the same thing. But you can only go so far, so you have to get really good at stalking fish. You have to be a really good diver, and you have to be like a breath. It's all breath hold. You don't use tanks. It's not fair. It's not fair. If you can breathe underwater, then you're gonna catch fish. So the whole point is to dive without even using holding your breath. So yeah, you have to get really good. Like I have to be pretty like from me to this coffee mug. Like that's how close I have to be.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you have a spear gun, I can be a little bit further, like from me to Bobby over there.
Yeah.
So-
My friend worked in Hawaii for a bit, and he brought back one of those what you call a 3-prong.
Yeah.
And I went. My mom lives on the Washougal River, and I went spearfishing for steelhead, and which is illegal. So I'm hoping it's past statute of limitations. but this was like whatever statute is. It was like a year or two before that. Yeah, I did that, and it was exactly like you said. You have to get close. And so what I did, I had to chase those steelhead. It took like 45 minutes, and it's really weird. Fish will get tired out, just like people
Yes,
will.
they will.
And eventually the fish just gives up, and he can't it's like trying to sprint.
Yeah,
And the fish can't swim away from me anymore, and he just goes and finds like a dark spot, and he hides, and he just kind of sits there. And if you've never seen a fish pant, it is one of the funniest looking things you've seen. They just go find a hole, and they sit there, and you can see them underwater going... like trying to get their breath. And anyways, I did spearfishing, and I broke a rib with that spear because I was practicing underwater, and it's fine. You know how you have the inertia of the water, so it absorbs the the momentum of the spear.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, I decided to cock it up and then stand up outside of water and let it go, and the thing just shot out, in the air.
Yeah.
Got out to the full extension of the rubber band and then shot right back at me and hit me in the
Yep.
chest.
Yeah.
Like right here, man. And it was just, and I'm sitting there like clutching my side, and I was with Jamie, and Jamie said, I handed her the spear like here, and I had to crawl out of the water, sit there and clutch my side, and I couldn't stretch it out for like 3 weeks.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Ouch.
Yeah. I'm really going off on a tangent here, but you said fishing spear and reminded me, and I thought
Well, I'll tell you
a story.
too, a spear gun is no better because spear guns have multiple rubber bands on them. It acts the exact same way. It's just a thing where the spear rests on, and they have the rubber bands are at the top, and you pull it down. Well, first time I tried a spear gun, you kind of have to float in the water now. So you're like mid-float, you have a gun, and you're just floating around, and you grab the thing around, and you're just floating upside down. You're all over the place now, and you're pulling it, and it's so strong. I have it resting on my sternum here, and it's just, I bruised it. I bruised it really bad. Just trying to, you get in the water, you're underwater, you're floating upside down, like your feet are in the air because you can't even do it, and you're just so close, and all you have to do is get on that notch, and it's
Sounds like a
nuts.
crossbow, basically.
Yeah, it's exactly the same concept. Exactly the same concept, except underwater. So now you're floating with fins and goggles and a snorkel and
no leverage.
gloves. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So.
Well, what's the next song you have for us?
Well, we're gonna play an original song called "Her."
Her.
Okay.
Yeah, meant for the ladies.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because they haven't been liking the music so far.
All right, guys. Can we
Thanks
throw
for coming on tonight.
their logo up again, please? Thank you, guys. Man, our crew's doing really good tonight
Yeah.
Awesome.
for a short crew. I don't mean in height, but we got a small crew tonight.
I guess you were right, locking them in there until they do the job right. Works good.
They walk among us, angels I mean, and I'm a fortunate man to have seen what I've seen. The type of girl who lights up the sky with a big bright smile and her beautiful eyes. And I'm gonna build a ladder to the clouds above, so I could be close to her, close to her. And I'll tell all my friends that I'm in love, 'cause I want her. I want her. And out of 6 billion in the world, there's only one special girl who could make me fly so high like a star in the sky. She shines so bright, and I said I wanna make her mine, 'cause when she looks at me I feel hypnotized. Hey, and I wanna build a ladder to the clouds above, so I could be close to her, close to her. And I tell all my friends that I'm in love, 'cause I want her. Come on, Will. When I want her. When I want her. And I'm gonna build a ladder to the clouds above, just so I could be close to her, close to her. And I tell all my friends that I'm in love, 'cause I want her. And I want her. When and I want her. And I'm gonna build a ladder clouds above, so I could be close to her, close to her. And I tell all my friends that I'm in love, 'cause I want her. And I want her.
Coloso, thank you. Kevin and Will. Thank you, guys.
So if people want to look you up, how can they go about it?
ColosoBand.com
Okay.
or Collection of Lone Soldiers on Facebook.
And that's soul, as in, you see it right there on the screen. Soldiers.
Spelled as is.
All right, guys.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Thank
for coming on.
you. Thank you so much.
We'll try to get them up here for one more song before we end the show. But we want to bring Bentley up. And
With Pacific Bullion,
Yep.
talk about gold, silver, and anything else that the men treasure in their hearts, I guess.
yes, I'm always excited to have this guy on the show.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good to see you
I
again.
try to get up out of
Bentley,
here,
good
but
to see you,
man,
man.
every time we get up out of this chair, everything gets
You got
unplugged.
cables all around you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
So how are things going?
Pretty good, pretty good. It's been a very busy spring for me. We're just
not unusual, really.
Why is that? Like people do spring cleaning and find a bunch of stuff and want to sell it?
Actually,
or?
that is a lot of it. Yeah,
Oh.
people do spring cleaning and find stuff. And having gone through Christmas and that, they spent all their money and now they need a little more money.
Pay off the credit cards.
Pay off the credit cards, exactly. And they're also planning on paying their taxes in April. And property taxes also. The two big tax bills. So people have to liquidate some gold or jewelry or whatnot. You know, whatever they think might have value.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah, I have people bring in coin collections, stamp collections, artwork, pottery, glassware, brass, sculptures.
Oh, brass has a lot of value?
Some of it's collectible.
Huh.
You know, if it's a good artist piece.
Huh.
Oh yeah, yeah. Or if it's an antique, you know, I've had Chinese antiques that are $30,000-$40,000, you know, pieces that people just, I got this. My parents got this in Shanghai in 1939. You know, paid $40 for it.
I guess I'm just spoiled from the Walmart generation, but when I think Chinese, I don't think value.
That's
You know,
yeah,
I just
actually,
think,
yeah. China is become synonymous for cheap and shoddy, but old China,
like fine China,
artisan crafted, was the best stuff. I mean,
yeah,
back in Victorian times, everybody wanted it because it was the best in the world.
Yeah.
For a long time, the British actually stole the secret how to make it and copied it. You know, a little bit of history there.
Yeah.
Kind of destroyed the Chinese
So
pottery industry.
you do both buying and selling?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I brought in some stuff I was hoping you would appraise, and I figured they'd be good examples to show.
Okay.
I know we talked about it on the last time you were on.
Absolutely, yeah.
So I don't know what you'd like to see first. I guess I'll start with these. I have a $1 silver certificate, never been folded, from I think 57. I can't remember the
Let's
date.
show the camera so people can see.
57.
If they can get
That's a
it.
great year.
Yeah, I don't know if we can zoom in on these, and I don't know if this is a $2 silver
let's get a closer
certificate.
Yep.
It doesn't really say silver
yeah.
certificate.
No,
on
it's
that
just a
I
$2.
see. But it says pay to the bearer $2.
That's yes. That meant you could go to the bank and get $2 silver.
Okay. Huh.
Pay to the bearer, and a silver certificate meant you got an ounce of silver, or a silver dollar. The
Okay.
silver dollar's got less silver in it.
Oh.
But
I
then
thought
again,
that just meant
it's
$1 worth of silver, but that means
Well,
an actual silver,
yeah.
like 1 ounce dollar.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, these are really nice.
So what would you estimate these to be worth?
The $2 bill is a little bit later than this one, from the 60s, 63.
I think that's a 53.
Oh, sorry, 53. Excuse me. It's an earlier one. This would probably be about a $15 to $20 note in its condition.
Okay.
It'd be fair market value. If you had it certified and graded, could go as possibly as high as $60.
Oh wow!
It's quite a variation there. So it's a serious collector. That one, more common in 57, probably about $15.
Okay.
Maybe 25 on a good day.
Huh.
That's pretty good for a dollar bill.
And this is my oldest one. It's in very bad condition, but
Oh, I love old money.
it's a $10 bill from the Civil War.
Very cool.
Confederate States of America. It's issued out of Richmond, Virginia.
Wow. Oh, very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, these are things I've been holding on to.
Wow.
I just put them in with my diploma, so for one, I can prove that I actually did graduate from high school, and I know I won't lose it because these things have a tendency for slipping. I don't want to use them for bookmarks.
Oh no. Yeah, this note's probably worth about $80.
Oh wow, good.
Yeah, fairly.
That makes me happy. I bought it for $30.
Currency's getting very popular.
Is
going
it?
up quickly in value.
Huh.
Probably double what it was 5 years ago.
Now, why is that?
It's a fast-growing area of the hobby. A lot of coin collectors have gotten so advanced. They completed their books of nickels, dimes, quarters, dollars, whatever. So they're getting more into the currency, kind of moving on. And that area of growing in numismatics is actually growing faster than the regular coins. And people with a lot of money, the Bill Gates of the world, love this stuff, so they bid up the prices.
Yeah, I do
they
too.
Pay
I mean,
a lot for the good stuff.
You know, not just the fact that we look at it and see value, but just the whole concept of money is fascinating to me. That it's really, I mean, paper. You don't struggle to find paper or cloth in today's society, but this one, as long as it has certain symbols on it, makes it worth something. And it's just fascinating to me that we put our faith into something so, you know, I don't know the right word I'm looking for.
Symbolic.
Yeah.
It's a symbol.
Yeah.
Like so many things.
And so the last one I have,
intangibles. Well, how do we value love?
for
That's an
display.
intangible.
I bought this as a set.
Trust.
And so this has one, I think, uncirculated silver certificate dollar,
Very
one
cool.
Morgan silver dollar, 1 ounce bar, and a Liberty silver dollar. And it came in the set, and it also came with this little vial, which this is silver, and you could get this if you turned in your silver certificate. It would come with that.
Ah, there you go.
For
That's
the
it.
little silver nuggets.
Yep.
And I was hoping you would
Very
look at
cool.
this and maybe
Wow.
get an estimate on
I
it.
like that.
Yeah.
Especially the vial. That's really cool.
Yeah.
I
Yeah, except
tried.
I wish it had a way to go with the case, because usually I just put it on top.
Oh, yeah.
I
was
think
nice.
I don't remember the years on those coins, like one's from the 1800 something.
Yeah, 1884, fairly early. The peace dollar is a new design, 1923. They started making that in 1921.
Yeah. So think
Yeah,
about
we-
that though. That dollar, the one on the left, is older than this state.
Wow.
Because Washington
There you
became
go.
a state in 1889,
Yeah.
so it's 5 years older than Washington State.
Wow.
The $2 are worth about $40 each. The ounce of silver, $18 today's market.
Okay.
It's up a little bit. And the silver certificate, a really nice specimen of a 1957A, is probably about $30. You're talking what, $125, $130.
That makes me feel really good. I bought
Not
that.
counting
I bought
this.
that 5 years
What about
ago
the
for
frame?
$40.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's about a $5 frame.
$5 frame, so
Yeah.
135.
And then you got this. So rounded out, maybe $150
Wow.
for the collection.
And I bought it for 40. You
Wow.
can look if you want.
Good investment. Very
Yeah.
good investment.
Yeah. Every once in a while I see something, it's like, you know what? It just stands out to me.
Collect what you love.
Yeah.
If you like it, you'll
Yeah.
do well. You like it, you'll enjoy it.
Yeah. It,
Mr. G really loves his new gift.
are you pocketing stuff over there? That better come back full.
Yeah, it's kind of disappearing.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Mr. G, he's always carrying a couple silver coins around, aren't you?
Yep. I got a 1883 in my pocket right now.
Oh, older than mine. I'll trade you.
Yours is nicer.
Is it?
It is.
I'll trade it. You sure you want to trade it? Yeah, you better take that back.
Yeah.
What you want is an 1878,
There you go, brother.
first year.
Yeah.
They're not rare or valuable, but it's kind of cool to have the first year. Some people collect only the first year of each coin.
Wow.
You know,
Yeah.
first one, the new design.
7 or 8 feathers on those too.
Very good, exactly. Quite a few varieties on that.
Yeah.
There's a lot of varieties in dollars.
Morgans are just beautiful. The strikes, when the strike is right, that just
Absolutely.
feels good.
Phenomenally
Yeah.
well-made
It
coin.
just sounds cool.
Yeah.
I mean, for those people who don't really know, they think change sounds the same. It doesn't.
No.
If you have silver change, it just sounds
Yeah,
neat.
you can hit it
And it's just you jiggle it and you listen to it, and that's the sound of money. I mean, that's real money. You know, regardless of whether the government backing it exists or not, it's still worth something.
That's true.
Yeah.
You know, I've noticed lately that every time I go to grab a coin, it actually has a different sound to it, and I haven't heard that in a long time. Are people starting to bring the silver back in circulation? Are they kind of getting rid of their coins out of necessity to try to purchase
Oh, yeah.
things? Is that what's
Absolutely.
happening?
Oh, absolutely. A lot of people are digging out the old coins they've saved, the silver money. You know, it's worth about 12 times face value, so it adds up pretty quickly. And, you know, the phone company won't take anything except face value.
Yeah.
You know, they don't like taking change even. They'd rather just have a credit card.
Yeah.
It's a hassle. It costs them money to process it, to handle money. The banks charge you to deposit cash. I mean, go figure.
I don't know if it's true anymore, but I always heard if you really got mad at your utility company or bank, you could pay your balance 1 penny over and then demand a refund. And so they would have to spend the money to print a check and then the postage just to mail you your check for 1 cent, which you're entitled to. You know, you can get
Wow.
your money back.
I had not thought of that.
So
strategy.
yeah, you have to be pretty vindictive, but you know, if you're really mad at your bank, you can, you know, have them spend maybe 50 cents to give you your 1 cent check,
And then post it, put
and then do it every month. Take that, Comcast.
Oh, yeah.
Put it in a frame with your bill.
You know,
Yes.
lately I was talking to you earlier this week, or actually today,
Yeah.
about the Chinese being the largest gold holder. Can you confirm that? Is that
I can't
true?
really, that's a good question because I can't confirm it. If you look at all the people talking, even the pros online and the real world, everybody says the Chinese are buying a lot of gold, but we can't confirm how much because there are official numbers and then there are the unofficial numbers. They have agents, secondhand people that go around buying gold and then they send it to China, or they send it somewhere else and they transport it into the country, kind of surreptitiously, because they don't really want to know anybody to really know how much they're buying. They're kind of trying to keep that a little bit murky.
Right.
It's like our own government, Nobody ever talks about it. Is there really gold in a Fort Knox? How much is there? And you ask them, they won't tell you.
Oh,
you
no.
know? It's like, it's a trade secret or whatever. But it's our gold. But anyway, that's a good question, because the Chinese are buying a lot officially, and they're buying a lot unofficially. And for years now, they've been telling the Chinese people, it's the Communist Party telling their own people, buy gold and silver, and just put it away. Buy as much as at least 10% of your salary every month. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
A country with over 1 billion people, and the largest middle class in the world, I think. China and Brazil have a larger, in sheer numbers, than the United States in middle class, which is pretty startling in itself. So I would say that the Chinese are betting on the prices of metals.
Yeah.
Definitely. There's talk about them backing their currency, making their currency a reserve currency.
Yep.
And this is that for years. They want to be on a par with the dollar. Now people are saying, well, they want to push the dollar to the side. The Asian Infrastructure Investment Bank, AIIB, is a huge conglomerate they've created that 25 countries have put money into. And all that it's going to do is a bank, kind of like a Federal Reserve of their own, but it's going to invest in infrastructure, which in Asia, fastest growing population, economic, in every sense of the word, part of the world desperately needs high-speed rail, planes, highways, internet, all that stuff. We've been ahead of them for a long time, technologically. But of course, they're quickly passing us up, and they need the money, and we're talking hundreds and hundreds of billions of dollars. The Federal Reserve invests in treasury notes right now, for example. Treasury notes are like less than 1% interest. And if a bank in China is offering you 3%, where are you going to put your money? That's why all these other countries are piling in. Would you rather get 3% or 1%?
Right.
And if you're the head of a country and you're responsible for everybody's money, people are going to say, why are you turning down this opportunity?
Yeah.
I think that's what it is people seeing it as threatening the United States' predominance in the world. And I think that's just kind of a fact of life, that we're not the number one country economically. We haven't been in a while. Those of us that are over 40 know this, and over 50 especially. We had the good times in our 20s. High wages, union jobs, the cost of living was low. I paid
like $182 an ounce or something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's ridiculously cheap.
Now, a lot of the countries are kind of going towards China as the main currency holder. And from what I understand, we just read an article here. Actually, it's been talked about for the last couple days in Russian Insider. If you go to Steve Quayle, QUAYLE.com, you'll see on there there's a article, and it's talking about, it says actually the title is China's Swift Alternative and the Death of the Dollar. And that's the headline of the article. And it's part of the Russian Insider. And they're talking about how Russia, all these countries are actually looking to China as the main currency holder. And they said that they will not allow the United States, the banks, to be involved with this until they actually implement a gun ban. So you have a lot of banks right now pushing this gun ban, and China said they will not allow them in. And what's happening, I'm kind of excited about it because I've been thinking about it all day. I'm just kind of overwhelmed by the deception that our government is involved with, trying to promote this gun ban so that China might have the upper hand. And what they're saying right now is that they want to push this gun ban, and they will not allow the bankers to switch their money over until they put this gun ban in. Now, here in 2015, the Chinese are coming out with some article that will, when they come out with a statement, it will collapse the dollar by 50% within 24 hours. And the second day, it'll drop another 30%, which will leave the dollar only valued at 20%. So the banks are panicking and trying to get this gun banned in so they can get out from underneath this dollar. And so they're not holding
dollars.
Yep,
A
dollars.
depreciating asset.
So now what they're doing is, I think it's not this month, next month, 2 states, they're doing a martial law test, Utah and Texas. And Steve Quayle was saying, he goes, the only reason why they're doing this, they have to get the people in place before they collapse this dollar. And he said that they're not going to set martial law, they have to do a test to put the people in place. So when they do set martial law, the people will already be in place. So my question is with what's going on, what is the best thing for people to do in this kind of situation? Because we really don't have all the facts, but we see them moving. We see them doing these tests, trying to do martial. Why are they setting martial law tests? That doesn't make any sense. There must be something that they're seeing that's about ready to take place.
Absolutely. They don't test, the military doesn't do any tests unless it's a very real possibility that it's going to happen.
Right.
They don't play games. I mean, literally. They deal in reality.
Yes.
Ask any military guy or woman, they'll tell you, we deal in reality. You know, when you're in a war zone or in a peace, it doesn't matter, you deal in reality. What's really happening? I think they see the handwriting on the wall, and they know that, I think that if that happens, and when it happens, it's not even if anymore, it's when it happens.
Yeah, it's when it happens.
There will be chaos. There will be a lot of blood in the streets, both literally and figuratively. There'll be a run on banks, obviously. People will be panicking, and grocery stores. You know, I mean, I tell people buy gold, silver, and toilet paper.
WD-40.
And WD-40.
So you can sell it to your
and really bullets, because bullets have gone skyrocketed. Bullets have skyrocketed in price.
Yeah.
The last 5 years.
It's hard to find, too.
Yeah.
They're not easy to make. It's not like you can go in your kitchen and make some bullets. You know, this is complicated. It's not easy. With the right equipment, you can, but still.
Yeah.
You know, most people don't want to go that far. They'd rather just stock up on it. It's like silver. You're not going to go mine it. Just buy it from the guy that does mine it. I think when something like this is happening, a big change, it's really smart. The smart thing is just do what the big guys were doing, quite frankly. And the banks were getting out of the dollar.
Yep.
And you know, silver and gold is a physical, tangible commodity. You can't just print up some more.
Yeah.
You can't just hit a key on your computer and make more of it.
Yeah.
So that's why people trust it. They have for a long time as money. It's backup money. When the paper money goes away, look at Chinese history. How many times have they had their money go away?
Yeah.
15, 20 times in 4,000 years. They know. Regimes go away, paper's worthless, and I better get that gold out. And 500 years ago, every family in China had a stash of gold and silver.
Yeah.
Everybody. Even if you had a bank account, you still had a stash of gold and silver. So when the bank went down, you could still spend money and still buy food. You know.
Well, George Soros has sold all of his stock and bought gold.
Yep.
But he's telling everybody else to buy stock.
Of course.
But he's buying gold.
Yeah. Don't do what I'm doing.
Enormous amount.
Yeah.
I want to, first of all, throw out the phone number. This is kind of a heavy topic, and if someone wants to call, 360-693-7544. And I wanted to make a few points. Granted, these are things to worry about. We always have things to worry about and to strive, to have a better future. But it seems like we've always kind of had a common enemy to worry about. In the 50s, it was like the Russians and the communists, the red thread. And then you got into the 70s and 80s, and it was the Japanese and their technological revolution. And it was the Japanese were going to eat us alive. And then, we hit, the 90s. And then it was Iraq and North Korea and all that stuff in the early 2000s. And now it's China. And it's like we're always so worried about what's going to happen. And I mean, it always kind of fizzles out. I think the strength of the American economy has always been our innovation, and I think we still have that.
Absolutely.
And my second point is that if China was to try this, to really collapse our economy, let's say that really happened, that our dollar went down to 20% of its current value on the global market. Now, that means Chinese goods became 5 times more expensive, and we're their number one customer. So what's that mean? We're going to quit buying their goods, and it's going to be cheaper to start producing at home again, which we have the resources to do. So if China tries this, and I'm not saying they're not trying, they might. You know, it's, you know, the evidence appears to be there, but I think they'd shoot themselves in the foot, because all we do is start producing at home again and strengthen our own economy and just say, screw it, we're not buying from you then.
I think that's why they haven't done anything that extreme yet.
Yeah.
Frankly.
Well, you got to look at the bigger picture. If you're looking at it from the point that you're looking at, yeah, it makes sense what you're saying. But it's bigger than just looking at China or Russia. It's who's running China and Russia and all these other countries. It's not. What they're trying to push is this new world order. It's actually a group of people that are actually controlling the way the dominoes fall, the way everything is orchestrated. So it's not just one country going against another country. They want you to think that.
Right.
Because it's back to that principle, if you and I are fighting, they're stealing our land, they're stealing everything that's going on. They don't want them to be exposed for what they're doing. And this has been a 100-year plan for them to put China to this upper echelon to be in control. And now they're almost about to the point where they're able to fulfill it. And so if we look at it from that viewpoint, yeah, you're correct. Yeah, we can make it. We don't need China. But why do we have Chinese military vehicles over here? Yeah. I took pictures of it on my phone. Shocked me. And then another buddy of mine, he called up, just panicked because he saw them on the side of the road doing military exercises up there on the north side of Seattle. So we got serious issues here that our government's allowing these people to come in and work. And then the Russians, they have 100,000 troops in Colorado that actually went to the first Rocky Ball game. Was it 3 years ago? I keep bringing it up, 3 or 4 years ago. Scared the crap out of everybody at the ball game because they were in their military uniforms. They weren't just dressed like you and me.
Did you say Iraqi or the Rockies, like the baseball team?
Rockies.
Okay.
Yeah, baseball team.
I thought you said Iraqi baseball team, and I was like, what?
Colorado?
Yeah. So we actually have a serious issue that's going on, and our government is really kind of pushing this to go this direction. They're all a part of it. But I think as individuals, like talking with you, giving us some insight on what's going on with the currency and how to protect ourselves actually gets us out of that mindset. Once you see it, it's scary.
Right.
But that's what they want you to do, is be in fear.
To panic
yeah, because in fear you cannot rationalize, you cannot make right decisions.
That's a good point.
So with all of us sticking together, that's what they're scared of. Is when we're backing each other, have a common goal, is to expose the darkness of what's happening and prepare ourselves. So if somebody has very little money, what would be the first thing that you would suggest them to do instead of holding on to a paper currency?
Start small. Buy a little bit of silver. $5 a week, whatever. And I see people doing that a little bit at a time. Try to get a little saved up. But standing together, form a community. Look out for each other. Talk to your neighbors. Get to know them. You know, I mean, during the Depression, that's how people survived. They traded their skills. I can do this. You can do this. I have this thing that you don't have. You have what I don't have.
Right.
I'll drive you to the store if you help pay for the groceries. Whatever. You know, we work together. The 99%.
Sorry,
against the 1%. Yeah.
Hey, caller, you're live on the air. What's your name?
Hey there, this is Jackie.
Okay, would you turn down your TV in the background?
Mike was talking that he had himself being...
Hey, Jackie, would you turn down your TV in the background?
Let me turn my sound down. He had witnessed Chinese...
military vehicles.
Military off of Seattle. How did he know it was Chinese?
Because they actually had Chinese signia on it.
Chinese signia?
Yep.
What is the Chinese signia?
Well, it actually has the, I don't know how to read Chinese, but it has Chinese signia, and then they had a universal, I think it's, I don't know what kind of plate it is, but it's a white plate with numbers, and I actually looked it up, and it was from China. It's the government of China.
Wait, the license plate itself was Chinese lettering too?
Well, if you look up license plates, like governmental license plates, they'll be white and they'll actually have numbers on them. And each one of those numbers, they correlate to the country that they're at. So if you go look it up, it'll actually tell you what country it's from. So, and that's how I know it's from China.
Thank you for your information.
You're welcome, Jackie. Thank you for calling.
Do you have any other questions, Jackie?
No, that's it. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
And grow food. Grow your own food.
There you go. Number one thing, grow food. Thank you.
I feel bad saying this. I got to be a conscientious objector.
Please do.
I know you sell silver and gold, and I don't mean to step on your toes, but I think if someone is poor, rather than investing in gold and silver, they should invest in food and/or ammunition. Because if times get extremely bad, I mean, I'm talking extremely, silver and gold only has a value to other people that already have what they need. And I think if it came down to barter system, ammunition would be a currency.
I agree.
Oh, yes.
And food above all else, and/or ammunition to defend what you have. Because if things get so bad where no one is willing to trade what they have because they're so scared they're going to starve, you can't eat your silver and you can't eat bullets. Well, I mean, you could, but I mean that's
no,
a last
absolutely.
resort.
What you brought up earlier, grow food.
And
Because without
food,
food,
neighbors
and
trading
with your neighbors.
Yeah, neighbors
Form
working
a
together.
compact.
Yeah.
Get
Yeah.
to know them.
That's how we got through the hard times of the.
Thank
country
you.
before.
Exactly. Exactly. And we've gone through worse, but by knowing our neighbors and looking out for each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So be it
Don't have
within
to
the
shoot
so
them.
be it union.
Talk to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point, actually.
Yeah.
So to the viewers, it's real important at this time, because there's a lot of information. Like I said, you go to Steve Quayle. There's quite a few sites. When I tried to look up today, I got kind of confused myself. But there's one site there that actually just has information, and you can find all the details, and it'll lead you to the actual information that it was printed up, government sites, and so forth.
It's really important to check your facts.
Yeah.
I mean, I read a lot of articles. I mean, I'm in the commodities business, basically. So I go to like Kitco.com. There's live quotes on all the metals and talks about the market trends. And on the front page, there'll be 30 different people with commentaries. And I'll start reading them, and the one will contradict the other one, will contradict the other one, will contradict the other one, just contradict. I mean,
Yeah.
seriously. Gold is going to go to 3,000. Gold is going to go to 1,000. Silver's the next big thing. No, buy bronze or grow food. One guy said, don't worry about metals. Just learn how to grow food because it's going to get bad.
Yeah.
Which kind of makes sense. I mean, with crop production going down and population going up, it's just sheer physics. You got to have food. Look what California's going through.
Yeah, water.
There's
filter
1 year of
systems.
water left. 1 year.
Yeah.
You imagine 20,000 Californians moving to Washington State?
Just
Okay,
imagine
that
if the
would be-
system shut down from Lake Mead and there was no more
Thank you.
water supply to California
Yeah.
or Vegas.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that place is screwed.
Yeah, you talk about civil unrest. That's the kind
Yeah.
of civil unrest we're potentially
Yeah.
looking at, really. It's not
Yeah.
the government against us so much, as you just said. Look at it factually.
Right.
I guess one other point I'd like to make is if someone is going to invest in metals, I would personally, in my opinion, I would personally advise silver. You can get more, if you picture, a 1 ounce gold, 1 ounce gold coin or whatever, which is 1 ounce of gold, how are you going to split that up? If someone has one loaf of bread to sell and your family's starving,
Yep.
it isn't worth an ounce of gold, but what are you going to do? You can't cut it up into chunks. You don't have gold shears.
You buy little grams. You could buy tenths.
Yeah,
you could buy
but
quarters.
with silver, if you buy junk silver like dimes, quarters, you can split it down to smaller amounts. And the other reason is, as an investment purpose, silver has a much higher potential threshold for increase. Like if you look at I don't remember the name of the brothers, but back in the 80s,
The
one of
Hunt
those
brothers.
tried to corner the market.
Yeah.
And silver went up to $50 an ounce, and it was at 2 or 3 or something at the
Yeah.
time. So it went up a multiple of 25. But gold, goes up maybe multiples of 6. So if you look at the same amount of money invested in silver or gold, if gold goes up 6 times and silver goes up 25 times, you made way more money in silver.
Oh, yeah.
There's a distinction between as an investment or as an insurance policy when it comes to precious metals. People that have survived wrote about whether it was famine or man-made causes, war.
to get into another country, they had gold, silver, jewels, sometimes platinum, but whatever they had somebody vouching on the other side. So if, everything hits the fan, then this insurance policy's there. But if you buy it for an investment, when it goes up, you got to sell it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you just have an insurance policy, it'll go up and down and up and down. But if you really need it, it's the only thing that works in that situation. Yeah. That's why it's always appealed for me.
That's a very good point you bring up, insurance.
Thanks.
Yeah, I mean, you don't really care what the price is at that point.
Yeah.
Right, it's just there in case everything else is gone. And then you can use it to get the family to where you can get to a safe place, or then, like 1 ounce of silver might buy a meal, or it might buy a family a meal, or it might buy a meal for a week, So you buy a meal now, you buy some silver and save it as an insurance policy. But if it's an investment, you watch it, and then when it goes up, you sell it, and then it comes down, you buy it again. That's a whole different game.
Yeah.
Then you also got to think about, okay, what if you have to get out of California?
Yeah.
Well, man, I bought a bag of silver, and then I had my backpack, and at the time I had my little kids, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna test this out. I'm like, crap, okay, I gotta leave my silver. I'm not gonna leave my kids, so I gotta pack my kids.
Yep.
Man, you start thinking, man, I should just bought gold, because, you know what I'm saying? You gotta weigh all this stuff out.
It's a very individual decision.
Yeah,
it really
yeah,
is.
literally, yeah.
And I have people that buy. One guy says, I buy insurance, I buy investment, and then I'm never going to sell, it's just going to go to my kids. There's 3 different things, and I split it up. He's a very rational guy. He says, I know that I may make money on it, but a third of it is never going to get sold, and it's always going to be insurance. Third of it, it's going to be insurance. Everything goes bad. It's like, why do we buy homeowners insurance? Well, when your house burns down, you're really glad you have homeowners insurance.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
You still owe the mortgage money. You don't have a house.
So how can somebody get a hold of you?
Best way is to call me. 360-882-4653. And I'm there Tuesday through Saturday, 10 to 5. You can leave a message. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a website?
Yes, ajpm.com.
Okay.
And if you go on there, and on the header, it'll say, on the far right top, it'll say Pacific Bullion. That's you click on that, it'll bring us to my website. It should be going live in the next couple of days. We're still building it. But anyway, it'll give you all the live prices. It updates every 60 seconds with the, commodity prices, and then it shows gold and silver prices, different forms of gold and silver, from coins to 1 ounce to 10 ounce bars and whatnot. So it makes it real easy.
And this is the only guy I buy from, because every time I've had to sell or buy, I mean, he's been really reasonable with me, and I don't feel like I'm being taken advantage of, and he's upfront about everything. You can see the numbers, and if anybody wants to get a quote on something, you're there for them, right?
Yes, absolutely.
I did
Thanks,
mine.
Mike.
Yep.
There you go.
So, so please check him out.
Yeah. Bring your coins in.
What's the phone number?
It's 360-882-4653 or 882-GOLD.
Oh, right on.
Actually, spelled. Look on the phone. GOLD.
Perfect.
God, they don't use those anymore.
I know.
What letters?
The letter numbers, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I got to figure out what mine is now. Yeah, thanks.
See if you can make anything out of it.
It might be another language, but it'll say something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'll make it say something.
Sexy.
That'll be the off the air thing.
There you
360-693 sexy.
GUTR.
There you go.
Guitar.
All right. Well, thank you, Bentley,
Hey,
for coming on the show.
It was delightful seeing you again, and good questions. I like the give and take.
Oh yeah, it helps to have a topic.
You got a hard-nosed realist here. I like that about you.
What?
You're a hard-nosed realist.
Oh,
yeah.
Give me the facts.
I try to be.
Facts. That's a good thing. No, it really is. I deal with a lot of people. Not to get off topic, but I deal with a lot of people with really strange theories. I mean, really strange theories.
If you don't stand
Obama's
for
a
something, you'll fall
reptile.
for anything.
He's not just bad. He's a reptile.
What is that? The inner Earth theory?
Yes.
Oh, I've heard of that.
Yes.
Yeah, where they think the Earth is hollow,
theory.
and the reptilian people that control everything walk on the inside of the Earth, like it's hollow. There's just another landmass, but on the inside of it.
Those are two theories collapsed there.
Yeah, exactly. So I always tell people, check the facts, and check the agenda of the people you're talking to.
What do they have to gain?
Thank you. What do they have to gain? Don't take my word for it. Check me. Get another opinion. I mean, that's when you find out you have cancer, you go to another doctor to make sure, do I really have cancer?
Yeah.
Or not, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes they're wrong. And doctor will tell you that. Get another opinion, you know? So.
Cool.
It's good to talk to each other, though.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
Learn from each other.
We'd
Grow
like
a
to
garden.
Garden.
Yeah.
That's right.
We'd like to get
Very good.
Coloso back up here for another song,
Grow
and
golden beets.
we're gonna bring Ovi up here real quick, and
Oh.
then we're gonna kind of take the show out.
Say your goodnights.
Yep, say our goodnights, but
Yeah, let's hear more about the book.
yeah, this is a really interesting book. I read that in like 2 days. Just great book. But hopefully Ovi didn't leave.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's just
look,
asleep at the switch.
He'll come up here and be ready for the show. But Coloso, what song are you gonna play for us?
We're gonna play you another original.
Okay.
It's called Dot Dot Dot. It's one of the more popular originals we have here in downtown Vancouver.
Dot, dot, dot.
Dot Dot Dot.
Okay.
What does that stand for?
Triple dot.
Etc. Like etc. Yeah. Etc. Etc.
I remember those eyes and how they stared deep into me, and now my photographic memory. Oh, that first kiss left a permanent scar deep in my heart. Why did you let me get so far? And I used to do so much for someone I really adored. Oh, but how can I? Oh, when you won't deny your feelings for your regular guy. You were always the apple of my eye, and I compared everyone's instinct to you. Why, oh, why you're not even perfect. I played you over a song, you're not even perfect. Why you had to go and lose my life, it's you're not even perfect. So I took up the time to write to this second try, you're not even perfect. So I picked up my pen and guess I will write it again. Da da da, oh, da da da, oh, da da da, oh, da da Why do I feel like I was the one who got screwed? Was I merely just nothing to you? Oh, so I guess you are my next muse. How can I lose? Oh, but then I feel so blue. So my passion bubbles inside, and this pain is in time, but my heart is broken. But I brought this home to life in this pen. Oh, you told me once that I write it a lot. So you remember me every time you see it. But you're not even perfect. What went wrong after I played your first song? You're not even perfect. Why did you go and lose my even perfect. What went wrong after I played us our first song? We're not even perfect. You know why? I had to let my buttons get pushed so high. We're not even perfect. Realize I told her eyes, so I wrote us this second try. We're not even perfect. So I picked up my pen and guess I will write it again. Da da da, oh, da da da, oh, da da da, oh, da da
Good job, guys. Coloso. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And you guys can follow Bentley. Call them at 360-882-4653. And Ovi with Northwest Battle Buddies. And also,
.org.
.org. And also check out his book, Willing to Die. This is a great book. And we'll also bring up Mr. G.
Yes.
Thank you for being on the show.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Really appreciate that.
It's very fun.
Feel kind of bad. We kept you kind of silent tonight. Had a lot of topics and a lot of guests. And
Oh no, it was great. I learned. I loved.
great.
Loved it all. Yeah, absolutely. It's perfect. Everything happens in the perfect. It's the best game to play, man.
And always appreciate Bobby coming on.
Thank you, brother.
That's right, brother
Yeah,
Bob.
Glad to be
always
here.
a pleasure to have you on the show.
Oh, glad to be here.
Being a part of the team.
Oh, I love it.
Band of brothers.
We are a band of brothers.
Yeah, I'm just biting my tongue right now because I want to tell a story about his wound.
Yeah, but you love me.
We'll say talk about
Bite
next
your
Friday.
tongue.
So, anyways, thank you so much for being a part of Underground and being a part of the show.
yeah, thanks for watching, y'all.
Yep.
Yeah.
You guys take us out.
We'll do it.
What do we do?
Love Falls.
I'll follow you.
You say you live forever, living locked between, and now you wanna sell it, living locked between. I'm looking for an answer, a question in my head. I'm finally taking notice. I just don't wanna beg, 'cause love